Alright, so this game, where do I start? I guess I should start with talking about Slender. Slender is this man, Slender is this supernatural being that is apparently slender, and he follows kids around, sometimes adults, and he messes with their minds and makes them pass out, I think. It's become really popular, this Slender character. If you haven't heard of Slender, I don't know. Anyway, so Slender was turned into a game, which was pretty simple, but pretty amazing. Like, it did the job. That's what I thought. It made no sense whatsoever. You were inside this fenced area, and the fence is a chain link fence. You could easily cross it. You could jump right back out. There's even some trucks in the map that I'm pretty sure you could probably just get in and then mow that fence down if you're not a good climber. But also in the beginning, you kind of hear someone climbing a fence, so you assume that you've climbed across this fence and now you're fenced in, which makes no sense of why you would do that. But anyway, so the point of the game is you have these 8 notes and you have to find all 8 notes, and these notes don't tell much of a story. They kind of give you hints, like one of them is just a complete drawing of Slender and a couple trees, and yeah. Anyway, so after this game, let me get to the important part. When Slender keeps getting closer and closer to you, and if you see him, your brain pretty much gonna God damn, Slender! So that's the end of the game. But, there were many games after that came after that, actually, and people just kept making this Slender thing more and more intense. And now this game, Haunt, the real Slender. I don't know what to say about it. I feel like it's an awesome game. I mean, look at those graphics. Someone really spent a lot of time on the graphics and just thinking about this game, which is really great. But here's just some things that I didn't like about it. Have you guys ever played any of the SCP games? There is this one where you walk down these stairs and you just keep walking down the stairs and things pop out at you, and you get more and more scared when something doesn't happen. I feel like this is what they tried to do with the Haunt game, because a lot of times, like this 80, maybe even 90% of the game, you're just walking around through grass, through trees, through God knows where, and you're trying to find these pieces of scraps, and there's a lot of these scraps, and it's not like they're everywhere. This map seems pretty huge. There's like 14 scraps you need to find, and you find one every 20 minutes. That doesn't make me want to play the game. Also, it's not really scary walking through this forest or whatever you are. It's pretty dark, and you hear music, and sometimes there's lightning, and sometimes there's a woman screaming, but it's not that scary. Like, this is all based on you hearing it and you being afraid, and it's based on you seeing it and being afraid, but there's no Slender. Like, there was one time I walked into Slender, and that was because I didn't realize that you can open the gate and keep moving. So, there's that. I just feel like a good game, a good scary game anyway, builds up suspense, knows when to stop building up suspense and have something pop out at you, and then have you calm down and be like, alright, something scary happened, I can keep moving. This game, you keep moving. Sometimes you find a little statue and you're like, holy shit, I found a scrap. Okay, to read these scraps, you have to open a binder, and you can barely see it. You have a flashlight, but your person can't shine the flashlight on the note. So you can barely see it, you can barely read it. There's no reason I want to read this note, because maybe Slender's right behind me. I don't want to open up this binder. So you keep going. You don't even care what the scraps say. You realize you have like 10 scraps left. You're pretty much lost because you don't know where to look for these scraps. Sometimes there's a trail, sometimes there's not a trail. And Slender, when he catches you, he looks like he's trying to rub his face against your face. It's not scary. It's not. And you can't even see his face. You can't. I mean, he doesn't have one, but it's just a white thing rubbing up against the screen. I'm not scared. I'm not. So, I appreciate the hard work and effort, but I just really liked the first game. It made no sense, but it made you want to get these 8 scraps because you could actually read the scraps. When Slender catches you, it's kind of scary and you pops out of nowhere. Like, the point of a jump scare is not just having something jump out at you, but having a loud noise at the same time, because then your senses get overloaded and you're scared. So, yeah. If those things were better in this game, I would totally actually try to finish it. But, no. So, thanks for listening. Bye.
Became suddenly unreal.
Is that a car? Okay, that's a car. Is there anyone in this car? What am I walking on? I'm taller than everyone. I think I just walked across a... Hi.